What's really going on with Ken Roczen? Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's bar banging topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new moto videos are released. It is very important to stay close to the channel in these crazy moto times. All right, friends, welcome to the channel. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight because no one else will. Nobody else in the industry is going to give it to you straight. They're going to report on the moto and latest or whatever. Click here, and today's video is brought to you by Joe Blow's whatever. Listen, bros, this is what's really going on. We're going to cut through a lot of the chatter. And, you know, this channel is really designed to entertain, educate, and inform. So, you know, a lot will be fact, some will be fiction. Like I always say, the truth is somewhere in the middle. So, with that being said, yes, we're gonna reach pretty far sometimes, stretch the truth, whatever we have to do to drive our points home. But somebody that's been around the industry for many years and understands the politics and how professional motocross likes to keep a lot of people out and control the organization. We can't have those bad boys here. They play punk rock music and have girls around. That's the kind of stuff that I used to have to deal with. When I came up in the industry, I remember it was awesome. So I was a kid, I raced, and my dad owned the local motorcycle shop, and he took me to the races. That's how I got into moto. Then I was lucky enough to go to work in the industry. I worked with a controversial clothing brand. We were the clothing sponsor to Moto XXX, Deegan, Metzger, all these types of riders back then. And it was before they were big names. And we were the clothing sponsor to XXX because XXX was cool punk rock. We were kind of punk. We were full punk rock. And then I ended up going to work with XXX as a sales guy. I ended up the sales manager. I ended up being the owner's assistant. We ended up doing a lot of cool stuff. We went from box fans to semi-trucks with my Tinder in Moto XXX. Then when I got out of the industry, missed it so much, I launched MotoStar, a spin-off of that clothing company that used to sponsor Moto XXX. And I went and sponsored big teams, Rock River, tons of riders. It was just a lot of fun back in the industry. Sold that company. Still have limited control over at the moment. But then I became some business guy. But I always loved moto. And so when I saw this silliness take place in the industry, I'm like, I got to start a YouTube channel. Like, why did I do this a long time ago? This is my path back into the industry to blow the lid off the BS that's now taking place. So with that aside, now you know how we got here. Now let's talk about where we're at. Where we're at, Ken Roczen won the offseason. Here's the deal, though. That dude's in massive trouble. And nobody's cheering for Ken Roczen more than me. I've done some solids here on this channel, cheerleading for that guy. I think the industry did him wrong, but I think he also took advantage of the industry. You see, it's all financial gain, and that's where we're going to get into today's topic with the Suzuki option that's on the table with him. There's an offer on the table from Suzuki, from Twisted Tea. Well, first of all, Twisted Tea, you can say goodbye potentially to being the title sponsor to Suzuki. Kenny Roczen comes to Suzuki. That he's going to be the new face of the brand, just like he was for Honda. Unfortunately, they're gonna roll the dice big if they pay Kenny more money than anybody else. They're probably gonna borrow money, get lending to do it. One hiccup, one bad race, one accident again out of Kenny would be catastrophic. Catastrophic. And here's where this is the challenge. It's not if you're gonna get hurt in this sport. It's when. One of the things you can count on this 2023 Supercross season, somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to get hurt bad and be done for the season, if not their career. It happens every single year. Riders go down and go down hard, sometimes multiple riders. So it's not if, it's purely when. So the realities are, Kenny boy, you're putting yourself at massive risk to go throw a leg over a bike that you don't really know that well and doesn't have the best track record at the moment and just think you're going to go actually win on the thing. You have to give yourself the best opportunity to win. Unless this is your last season and you're like, this is it for me. I'm retiring after this. I'm going to take the money. It's a money grab. Shh, don't tell Suzuki, but I'm just going for the money here. I'm going to go out there and sandbag it around that track, be a lapper, and then I'll blame everything on the bike. And I can promise you one thing. If Kenny Roczen lines up at A1, whatever bike it is, unless he wins it, I don't care if it's a second, a third, a fifth, or a last. He's going to blame it. I didn't have much time with testing this year because of the off season and coming in late to this ride and just still getting to know it. We got a lot of testing to do, but I like the bike so far. He's going to cheerlead it, but the reality is I don't even care if he comes in on a Honda. He's going to talk about how testing, he didn't have enough time for it, and it's true. He doesn't have. So where would you put Kenny Roczen if you were in his family? If you're at the dinner table talking to him right now, Kenny, dude, listen, bro, this is where you should go. This is where I believe he should go. His off-season Honda, slap a Kenny Roczen racing shroud on that thing with freaking Red Bull and Fox and whoever else he wants and do his own thing. The reason is because it's too late in the season to make any big changes. He's going to come in behind the 8 ball, behind the curve. But the industry won't know it. They'll just sugarcoat it. Kenny Roczen, yay, press release pressers. And they're going to cheerlead it up. And he's a title threat again. And he won the... They're not going to talk about the dude had zero testing. He's probably danger for him to be out there right now, even racing on a bike that he just signed some big deal to get on, and he went for the money grab. If he ends up on Suzuki, my friends, that's going to be a money grab deal. I can guarantee it. If I'm in Kenny Boy's camp, I'm saying, dude, it's either Star Racing Yamaha or your off-season bike. That would be the best bet for you, me, if I was you, in my opinion, because this is why. Star Racing Yamaha is the proven winning bike right now. You're surrounding yourself with winners. You always want to surround yourself with winners. You go to Suzuki, you're surrounding yourself, sorry to say it, with losers. They're the black sheep of the industry right now, the Achilles heel. They don't have anybody that's done anything on the bike, and the bike is lacking in development. It's behind the curve, and so are you, Kenny. That's a recipe for disaster. So, in final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as an industry guy. Somebody wants to see you not only win on the track, win on off the track, understanding the politics of the sport, the cheerleading of the industry, other channels wanting to just report on the latest trend. I was the first to report on this one. Insanity is what it is. What we're going to see next, I can't wait. I'm going to blow the lid off it because I just enjoy talking moto. I'm a sales guy and I love moto. What else do we need to know, right? Kenny Roczen ends up on Suzuki. It was a money grab. So far, what I've seen out of him, and I think I have a clip somewhere in the video I either opened or I'm ending with, or both, he didn't look too comfortable on the Suzuki. The only bike so far that I've seen him look comfortable on, well, that 2-stroke at Red Bull straight rhythm, maybe he should race that because he looked pretty good on that, and his off-season Paris bike in World Supercross Honda. So he's going for the money grab. It's probably the writing's on the wall. It could be a recipe for disaster, though, if you come on a bike that it's not a proven winner, and then you're behind on testing. You could end up with another catastrophic crash like you had with Honda when you went over the bars at A3 or whatever that was, and it almost cost you your arm. I don't want to see you do that for a money grab. Go race a bike you feel like you can have fun on and enjoy the process. If you just are money motivated, it's never going to be enough anyway. So don't do it. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media link in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there. And if you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video coming in your screen at this time. As always, don't go over the bars today. I will see you on the next video.